Okay, and the floor is now in place. As you can see, I am actually 3 blocks below the spawner. 1, 2, and 3. All right. As I said, if you really didn't want to dig out, you can actually go down 2 blocks and have the floor here. The reason why I do 3 now is there's going to be water here that's going to be pushing the mobs towards one direction, towards this wall here. So the spawner will not generate any new mobs until the maximum number of mobs for the spawner have been removed out of its bounding box, that zone I was talking about. So in other words, once the mobs generate here, we have to get them out of the bounding area as quickly as possible so that new ones can form, therefore regenerating the mob, turning it into an XP farm. So by dropping this 3 blocks, as the mobs bob up and down in their water, they might hit this, but for the most part it lessens the ability of getting stuck on this spawner box here, which is another reason why we actually put these blocks on top of the spawner, is to prevent any mobs from spawning on top of it and jamming up the mob count. Alright, that's another reason why we put these blocks up here, is so that nothing spawns on top of the spawner itself, because they will. Okay, so this is how the floor is. Now, the lamp that has the lever on it is this one right here. So that's the front, alright, of the spawner system. And I have put down the floor, and I left this one row right here completely dug out. This is 8 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Water will flow for a total of 8 blocks in one direction. Alright, so what happens is a mob will spawn here, they will fall into the water. This will be a water source block along this wall here, and they will get pushed towards this way, and they're going to fall here into this trough. Alright, and then there will be water sources in here that'll push them down in this direction towards this corner of the farm. Now this is unfortunately going to be more than 8 blocks, so we have to design this slightly different. Alright, so what we need to do is, I'm going to start cutting this out a little bit more. Alright, and then here we're going to, it's going to be 2 blocks, 2 blocks here. And there's going to be a water source that goes right on this block, which will have, it'll come here, fall down, and begin anew the 8 blocks, continuing all the way down, because we have to bring the mobs outside of the actual farm and into a shoot area, which is going to start right here. Alright. So the rest of this all has to be converted over to a floor. Like a show. And here's where it gets a little bit more interesting and a little bit more complicated. Alright, this will be the location of the chute right there. Alright. And the chute's going to basically go up. And all that means is it's going to take the mobs and bring them up a few blocks so it can drop them. The reason I do this is it helps to take away some of the damage so that you can one-punch these guys. Alright. I mean, if you really want, if you didn't care about that, you can bring them here, bring them to the outside, and stop them right here and just hack away all you want. Alright. But what's the fun in that? Bring them up in there, drop them down. Alright. This block, I'm going to not put anything here. There's a reason for it, and I will have to explain that shortly. Let me get the rest of this area in place, and I got to dig out underneath this section here so we can get under, so I can go over the more details of what we're doing. And with that, we'll be right back. And you've got that area dug out, and we need a couple of things before we get back down there. I've already created 2 hoppers. We've already covered out how you make those, and I created another lever. There are 2 things we now need to make. One is we need to make what's called a minecart. To make a minecart, you're going to take 5 iron ingot, and just like you make a hat but upside down, or it's going to make a U, you're going to put I apologize about the alarm, guys. Sorry. You put it like this, and that's going to give you a minecart. All right. The reason why we need this minecart. Let me get the formulas in. Okay, good. They're in. All right, because we need. I gotta remember. There it is. We need this right here. A minecart with a hopper. All right. So we're going to put a hopper inside of a minecart. It acts just like a hopper, but it's mobile. All right. Of course, it requires tracks. That also means we're going to need to make tracks. So we're going to need some sticks. All right. To make tracks, all you need is a stick and 6 pieces of iron, and you get 16 pieces of track, just like so. One additional piece of redstone component we're going to need to make is an item called a piston. All right. So we're going to need some planks. Going to need some cobblestone and some redstone dust, and we're making this item right here, a piston. All right. So it's 4 pieces cobblestone, redstone, iron, and planks. That gives you a piston, and that's what that looks like. All right. So if I take this lever, I put it next to it, I power that piston, it pushes out the head of the piston, which can push a block. So if I put like that dirt there, I push that piston, it'll push that block. All right. That's what pistons do. They push blocks. Okay. There's a reason why we need this, is we need to go down underneath where our chute is. All right, here's the spawner, here's the corner, there's the lever for the lighting. I dug all this out. All right, here is, let me put a temporary block there. Here is the chute for where the mobs are going to fall into, near the floor and stuff, right? So we're going to come all the way over here, come down here, and then this is what we see here. Excuse me, guys. Alright, everybody, and I am back. So I had a matter to take care of, guys. Sorry about the jump cut there real quick. Alright, now back to where we were here. Now we're underneath where the chute is supposed to be starting, alright? So remember I showed you this trough just a second ago, and now we're under the drop hole. Now the reason why we're putting a drop hole here is because this is a zombie spawner, and baby zombies form, and a baby zombie will actually jam up this design if you do not take them out of the spawner and the area. So what I've come up with is a way to basically kill them, and what we're going to do now is we're going to put down here, because we would still want to collect our stuff, why not, right? So we're going to put down a chest here. I'll put down a double one. And we're going to take this other hopper that we have, and we're going to point it into that chest. Right? And we're going to put a block here for right now. And we're going to take one rail, and we're going to have to set this rail on top of this hopper. Now, to set anything on top of a hopper, you have to do the crouch. You have to shift click. That'll allow you to place the hopper here. Alright, now, the interesting thing is, this will allow the placement of the minecart. When now I can click on here. I'll place the minecart with the hopper onto the minecart. The only thing is, when I take this rail out, because you have to take the rail out, it will turn this hopper minecart. With any luck, though, it shouldn't come out. Let's check it out. I have this block here because if I didn't, the potential of it bouncing off of this block and pushing the minecart out here is just too much, because the hitboxes now really push these things around, so you have to have a way of keeping them in place. Alright, so you have to pay attention where you're clicking. So I actually have the pick matching where the rail is. Single click. Now notice it turned it. Alright, I should be able to place the stair block here, hopefully. Good, okay. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes the hopper minecart moves just enough that it actually prevents the placement of this. The reason I had to use the upside down stairs is so I can access this chest. So what now happens is, anything that will come in near this hopper minecart will go into the hopper. Alright, see minecart with hopper. And the hopper that's underneath it where this is being placed, we'll put it into this chest area. So now here's the thing: you drop a mob down here, what's going to happen? They're just going to stay there. Okay, they're not going to die or anything. You want them to die. And one good way of doing that is taking this block here that we got from the nether, the magma block, and putting it here. Now, I could leave it there, and believe it or not, that hopper minecart will pull out the mob drops. That's one reason why we like to use those. Unfortunately, this is now just a single block. And while there'll be water here pushing them out, it still could potentially jump up and cause a problem and prevent things from going up the chute. So, what we're going to do, okay, we're going to not do that. That's alright. You can put it back. Okay. It goes right there. We're going to take this piston, and you're going to look at the bottom of this block towards this edge. Place the piston so that the head is facing down and onto this magma block. And we're going to take our lever. It don't matter which one you put on. You can put that one, or that one. It'll all work. And power. And that is going to actually push that block down and into that minecart hopper. It will not actually remove the minecart hopper. The minecart hopper, my tongue is starting to fail me now, is actually inside of this block. Remove this. Alright. Now, did I get it back? No, I didn't. Okay. So it's in here. So if we take a block, now a mob will fall on here, they'll take damage, and eventually they will die. Okay, let's throw some over there. See? And anything it drops goes into the chest that we want. Alrighty, we'll put a block there. And we'll put the blocks out here. Wait, give me back my lever. That's my lever. Block, block, block. Block, block, and block. Okay. Give me that out of here. So, that takes care of the baby zombies that could come into the system. And do. So they'll come out here, they'll get pushed to here, and eventually, if they get stuck in the water stream, they'll bob up and down, but they'll eventually fall back down into the water stream, which will actually be right here, and they'll fall into that. Or another zombie will come by and push them off this edge down in there. And it's 2 blocks up, which means not even a regular mob can jump up and out of the system. So even if a regular mob falls down here, it will eventually die. Alright, guys? Alrighty. Now, the next thing to do is we have to dig a huge system for the chutes. There's 2. We have the one that's going to go up, which is the elevator, and then the one that's going to drop them, which is going to come back down. So I'm going to have to dig up and through the ceiling. And I need to know exactly where I want them to fall. Now, I usually put my base right around where the spawner level is. So I know that I can be within 16 blocks. You have to be within 16 blocks of the spawner itself in order for the dungeon to actually spawn any mobs. So therefore I put the chute that drops them somewhere within the range of that spawner on this particular level. So from here we actually have to go up 23 blocks. That's the minimum amount of blocks needed to automatically kill a mob without any enchanting or armor on it. Okay? And remember that the spawner is now sitting at level 36. So if we need 23, there's that Enderman, he's still around somewhere. We need 23, so we actually have to go up to level 59. They have to fall from level 59. Alright, guys. Alright, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to dig all this out, and then we shall be right back to finish up that part of it. Alright, everybody, I began working on building the elevator part of the chute. Alright, so I figured I'd show you this section now since it helps to drop things in. We're going to get the water in here. And generally, it would be better if we had 2 buckets to do this with. I have an infinite water supply right there. Now remember, this lighting here will not let anything spawn, so don't worry about anything spawning in, even though I take those torches out. I've already showed you this technique here, so there's nothing new here. Now notice, this whole wall is all water sources, but it's flowing water sources. And it all flows here. As you can see, it's pushing me towards over here. Okay? That might not light anything. That's a new thing with the aquatic version of 113. So it'll push all the mobs and stuff over to here. And we get another water source here. Because we still need one here on this block. Because once they're here, they now need to be pushed down this way. So we have a water source that goes here, and we get pushed this way. Alright, now as you can see, this is enough that it will actually end right here where the chute actually begins. So, what we kind of need to do is we need to put a sign here, put a sign here, like so, alright, and then another sign will go there. And on top of this, we need to put a half slab here, which I think I need to go get. I used them up. Okay, I'll just make one. Let's make a half slab, and we are going to need that water. Okay. Get another bucket of water. Like so. Okay. Now the half slab is going to go right there. Alright. Now, you technically don't need to have that sign there, because that half slab would hold it in, but we need a water source above that sign. As of this mechanics, signs still hold back water. They haven't taken that effect away as of the 113. So we place that bucket of water right there. You see that these two sources will actually connect. Alright. Let me get up here so you can see a little bit better. See how those two sources right there connect? And I'm going to put a water source right there. And what you do to build this elevator is you do sign water source. So build it up as you, let me put a block here. As you build your chute going up, it's a lot easier to build it that way. Otherwise, you'll have to go inside to the water source and ride the elevator up and place each bucket of water. If you can do it this way, it's a lot easier. So if I go in here, now it's a lot slower now. If I push down, I can go down. Actually, my head is in the water block, so that's why you see the air bubbles. Now I come out here. I'm in the water flow. So what happened is these guys will come down. They'll be bobbing up and down like this. And that half slab allows the mobs to come in here and still fall underneath. Even if they're bobbing up and down, they might hit it a second. And but eventually they'll get pushed, and then they'll come in here, and they're going to want to float. Just like that. And they're going to go up. But underneath here is this air block, which is where the baby zombies will fall into. Alright, guys? So if you have to actually place this water as you go, all you do is just ride this elevator up like this. You hit your jump key, and you jump into each puddle of water. And as you get to the next stage, you just drop your bucket of water on the next area to do. Alright, so I'm going to continue this all the way up to the level I need to, and then we'll be back with that. And here we are, guys. I have managed to dig up and back down. I did change the location of where I'm going to put the killing chamber, so that changed how high actually I had to go up. Alright. In order to test my new coordinates, I already put this in place. This is where the chest is. This is the same level where the floor is. The spawner is like right there. The chest is actually one below the spawner. This hopper is on the same level of where the spawner is, and a half slab is on top of that. Alright, which means then we actually had to go all the way up to level 61 in order to do an instant kill on a non-enchanted, non-armored zombie. So let's climb all the way up here. I actually had to break through the dirt level. And yes, it is nighttime. Alright, so here we are. We're actually on level 61 right now. Alright. And if you see where we came out, I had to clear a couple trees away. And don't worry about that creeper. He's trapped inside those trees. He can't get to us. If you look, we have our mules and chickens right over there. Our cactus farm is right there. Our big farm is right there. And our base is right there. The enchanting stump is just up a ways there. Alright. So it gives you about an idea of where this zombie spawner is. It's pretty much underneath where we spawned in. So, ooh, I got hit by a witch. Ouch. Where is it? Where is it? Well, there it is. It's in the water. Okay. It's going to try to kill me. Let's heal up. I'm going to torch back. Okay. That's a witch, guys. They throw potions at you. Okay. Heal back up. And I only have 5 arrows on me. Come on, come on, come on. Heal back up, heal back up, heal back up. Dangers of working in survival. That's why it's so much easier to create this stuff in creative. Oh, where'd it go? It's all the way back over that way. Okay, that's fine if it stays there. Okay. Now, what I want to do is I want to show you how to build the top part of the chute, where the bridge is from where the elevator is to the drop chute. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to put a system of blocks around this area, like so. Alright, and then I'm going to put a sign anywhere here to prevent the water from going into the hole and dropping down. Make sure I'm not going to get killed. Alright, and then we're going to take our bucket of water. We already have a source here, which is fine. We need that source there, that's fine. And we're going to put a source here on top of that one, and that source is going to flow. Alright, that's our pushing force. It's going to come here and it's going to stop because of the sign. Remember, as of right now, they have not changed that in the aquatic update, and as far as I'm aware of, according to the notes, that change as far as signs is not being changed. If it happens to change, I do believe we still can use gates. So we just changed out the sign for a gate. Alright, guys. Now, let's get a little bit of more protection. Oh, he's back. He's back. Can I kill him with... Uh-oh. Good. Okay. Oh, give me a piece of redstone. How many? I used up 2 arrows. And in comes the creeper. Going, nope, no, no, go into the water. Go in the water. You're not going to go in the water, are you? Blow up in the water already. And welcome back from the dead, everybody. You know, that wasn't a little embarrassing, huh? Well, now you know it works. Okay. So, we have daylight, and with any luck, a little more interruptions. Even that guy's still stuck in the tree over there. Oh, darn it. I just blocked that up. I'm going to lose that piece of glass. Oh, well. No big deal. Now, technically, all you have to do is have this up by 2 levels. I prefer to have it up by 3 because they do that bob up and down with the water. But just enough. If I break that one, it's not a big deal. So they do that bob up and down in the water. So they have 3 blocks of actual placing, where the water is and 2 above it. If you want, you can even go 1 more block if you want. I may go even 1 more block up because I may turn this into like an observation kind of thing. I'm not sure. We'll see. Alright, now I'm going to put on a roof here, so because I want to demonstrate what's going to happen. So I don't want these guys burning up. Alright. Break glass. Goodbye, glass. Okay. So now, if you remember correctly, you saw how the bottom area was done. I went in creative mode and got these eggs so I can demonstrate this for you. Let me get over to ya. Alright. So now the zombie is going to come out the chute and go in here. Okay. So he'll come up, bob up and down. See how they'll come all the way up and how that 3 blocks is fine. And then they're going to drop. Boom. There he goes. Just like I did when I just died a second ago. So we're going to go back down here. Elevator music. Okay. Now notice there's no zombie here. It's gone. Just like I died, it died. And it dropped its stuff. Alright. I'm going to... don't worry, I'll throw that out, guys. I don't take cheaty stuff. Right. Now, here's the interesting thing. What I'm going to put in here is I'm going to put in a piston system so that a block will be pushed into place right there. And watch what happens. Elevator music again, part 2. Now you know why a lot of people are building creative. It's so much easier. So we're going to put these up. Well, how about we'll drop. Oh, he's got armor on. Ooh, that's going to change things. Okay. So he's actually not going to die, even if it was on a regular, without that block being there. That's fine. Let's take this block out of here. And where did he go? Ha ha ha. Did he actually die? Let's test this again, shall we? That's slightly unusual. I know he went down the chute. 1 more coming up. Okay, he's a regular zombie. He's gonna fall. Geronimo! Now, sometimes they may die, even if the block is pushed into place, only because they're jumping may place them a half a block too high, in which it actually causes them to die. Okay. Alright, guys. Sorry about the jump cut there. I had to kind of figure out what was going on. Believe it or not, they were surviving, but they were burning up. The sun was actually going through the single line of blocks that I had here. And actually, you know, when they get down there, and of course they only have like a half a heart or a full heart left, which means, you know, 1 or 2 taps and they're dead. So as soon as they caught fire, they were dying instantly. By the time we would get down there, they'd already be dead. So I had to increase the roof size so they wouldn't burn up. Because this, believe it or not, this glass here doesn't actually prevent them from burning. And they're getting ready to be at nighttime, so let's do this again. So I'm going to drop in a zombie. It's going to fall down. Oop. Let's go down to the ladder. So we kind of learned something. You know, like in the old days, we used to have been able to just put a simple cover over his head and that would have been the end of it. Okay, so we'll take this block out of here. And he still dies. Let's go back up. Back up we go. Let's drop him in there. Let's get down. Oh, we hear him. Okay, probably wouldn't have happened with that other guys. He probably jumped up in the water and fell that half block more than we needed to. As you can tell, he survived. Alright, so just punch him once or twice. Now he dies. Alrighty. So that is that. Let's get in here. Now, the thing you have to remember is Minecraft added in a mob cap. So you can only load up to 25 mobs before they start automatically dying. 24. Alright, so we'll put him in, we'll drop them in, and they'll fall in together. And unless they don't jump up that extra half block, they will survive that, and they will come in together into that single block section. If you want to increase your drop area, see, look, there's 2 zombies there. You can. I always keep it as right. Simple as that. You get your drops and then you get the XP. Alright, so that's how that works. And I will actually fix that top up a little bit later. Let's get down in here and get this taken care of. Let's get these out of here, because now what you need to get into place is the system that actually will push the block that we need in here. So I'm going to need the iron, the cobblestone, that piece of redstone I got from the witch. Alright, because we're going to create another piston. The reason I'm creating another piston is because I want to keep the other one. But what the difference with this one is, we're going to create what's called a sticky piston. So we need a slime ball. And if you haven't by any chance found a slime chunk yet, or found slime, don't worry about it, because believe it or not, near this area, near this spawner, there is actually a slime chunk. I killed a slime right here. Okay, there's the spawner right there. So I killed a slime here. I mean, it took forever for it to form. And down this way a little, digging down in here a little bit, there was another slime that I killed. So there is slime around here. Just be patient. When you hear the squishy sound, the squish, 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 go after it, kill it, and at least get your slime ball so you can get your sticky piston. To make a sticky piston, all you have to do is put your piston in your crafting area and put a slime ball on top of it, and it gets you your sticky piston. Alright, now let's set you down, and that's what it looks like. You can't tell from the side that it's really a sticky piston. You have, there's a little bit of a green spot like right there, a little bit, but you can't tell, so you have to just kind of remember. Now, the difference between a sticky piston and the regular piston is, I need that lever back, is this. When you push the block, and then you unpower the piston, it will pull the block back. See? That's the difference between a regular piston and a sticky piston, and that's exactly what we want. Alrighty, give me that lever. Now, we want that block to be pushed right here, right where that dirt block was. So we're going to take this sticky piston and we're going to put it right there. Alright, so from the floor, we're 1, 2, 3 up. Alright, a block above where the half slab is. And we're going to put in our blocks like so. Alright, I'm going to stick a block there for right now. And let's get the lever. I'm going to stick the lever there for right now, and it'll still function because this lever is powering this block, which then is powering this piston right here. It's sending the signal, it's bud powering it basically, into the block. And that pushes that piston into place so that when the zombies drop, they should survive. They don't always survive. Okay, just keep that in mind. Most will survive. And then when you want to auto kill, you just take that out, and that turns into that. See, and then we also get to hide that piston there. So once again, that's what you do. Alright, and that sticky piston will activate the in and out action of that particular block. So we're going to drop a block here and a block there. And this now allows us our killing chamber. Alright. Now, I've already taken this out. Okay, that's clear. I'm going to block this up because if a baby comes by, it could actually survive coming through this hole. Right, we're not. So I'm going to block that up now, and I'm going to turn this system on. And even though I don't have the top completed yet, all right, it should. Okay, it's still nighttime, so it's not a big deal. They won't get out of that system. So let's turn the system on. It is now on. That's them. You hear it? That's them right there. I'm going to leave that open. Let's see if we can climb up. Now, they're going up the chute. You hear them. Hopefully we'll make it up to the top as they are up there as well. Right, look, there they are. Look, see that? Nice. Bang, bam, bam, and bam. Let's go back down. More elevator music. Okay, and they're now dead. Let's push the bucket. Now, as long as I'm within that 16 block radius of that spawner, which is, this is fine. It still functions right here. I go a little bit further out, it'll stop functioning. But right here is fine. Okay, that one died. Okay. Up, and we have them drop, so we can kill them. Okay. It's not the quickest XP farm, and it's not the best XP farm, but it works. It's in place. I don't think a baby's formed yet. Oh, yeah, it sounds like it. Hear it? That's a baby zombie. Oh, I apologize about the phone, guys. It's not blocked the tube, but it hasn't fallen down yet. Huh. It'll fall down eventually, though. But it's not preventing them from falling. Alright, so now we actually have a working and functional spawner. We got XP and drops. Alrighty. So, that's pretty much about it, guys. I have to clean things up a little bit more. And then, of course, I have to figure out what I want to do to clean up that top area and build it. Oh, that's him dying. Hear it? That's the baby zombie dying. That's what I was waiting for. Takes a little bit because I got 20 hits just like you did. So, there he is. He just died. Let's see if we drop it. And he did. So, you can see that this actually does work. Alright. Cool. Now we're good. So I'm going to end the episode here, guys. We've completed this build, and we'll be moving on to the next one after this. I'm going to work around things up a little off camera and stuff like that. Alright, guys. So as always, thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting. Y'all take care now. Bye.